burnout. It is a real thing. A lot of people come to see me. Either they're vocally in trouble, so they need vocal help. They need something's going on that's making it hard to tour, that they don't feel good when they're touring, that they're losing their voice. So one main reason that people come see me is for vocal health. Like, I need vocal training. I need something that I can't do the thing I want to do, or I've got an album and I want to be able to sing these songs on tour and I'm struggling a little bit. Help me sing this easier. That's one reason people see me. And another reason people come to see me is they're not having fun anymore. They've been touring the world successfully for 3 years and they're burnt out, or they're burnt out from social media. And why is that? It's because you, as the artist, you have to do everything. Like, you are literally doing everything all the time yourself. It's too much. It's really too much. It's also really cool. Okay. So, yeah, well, positives and negatives, right? Like, the artist is asked to do everything now. Like, you're your manager, you're your marketing person, you're your social media person, you are your own A&R, and you don't know what that means or how to do it. You are sometimes self-producing. Like, the artist is doing way too much. It's too much work for you, but it's also awesome because you learn everything it really takes to run your own career. You really, like, when you start having a team and hiring people, you know what each job requires. You're going to know if that manager is really doing a great job of managing you, because you're like, I did it for myself, and yes, you're elevating us. Oh yes, this is better. You're really moving the needle here. So that's great. But the artist, like, everything's on your shoulders. So burnout happens because you're doing way too much. Burnout happens because you're doing a bunch of stuff you really don't want to be doing. Or maybe you don't know how to do it efficiently or effectively yet. So it's really taking up so much energy and time, and you're spending so little of your time being creative and doing the thing you actually love doing. You may be getting burnout because you just feel like you're spinning your wheels a lot and don't know if you're actually moving and getting anywhere, but you're doing a whole lot of stuff. So, some things to help with burnout is to get clear about goals. Let's get clear about, what are my goals for the next year? Okay, what do you want to accomplish in the next year? And then reverse engineer it. Let's say you want to put out an EP or an album, right? I want to put out an album by in the end of the next 12 months. So then you're going to reverse engineer, how many songs do I need to write? How many songs do I want to write? A lot of artists spend a year writing 100 songs to make an album. This is not uncommon, people. So, and you're like, what? I've written 5 songs. Yes, that many songs. Like, you write a lot of songs to put together an album. And you might write a bunch of half songs, but a lot of full songs. So let's say you now decide, okay, I'm going to write all these songs, and then I'm going to get in the room with a bunch of different people. So you've got to give yourself that timeline, and then the action of, okay, how do I get in the room with terrific songwriters and co-write? Or how am I setting up my schedule so that I can write a little bit every week, a certain amount, so I have a number of songs by the end of every month. Reverse engineering your 1-year goals. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to put out this album and I want to still be on social media. So how am I going to share this journey on social media? And then can you make a shoot schedule for social media so that you are not every day stressed and panicked with, oh my God, I have to come up with something today. So that can be about, one of the things I used to do is I would shoot once a month. I would have a whole list of ideas of, these are all the things that I want to create. These are the series I want to create. I do coaching stuff. I do storytelling from my own career and life or people I work with. I do a little bit of family stuff. So I would have just a growing list of things I could do under each category. And then once a month, I would spend 4 or 5 hours and shoot an entire month or more of video content in that few hours. And then that would be the month. And then within the month, there would be spontaneous, stories or, oh, let me grab this moment because I'm here. But I didn't have to think about everyday posting because I had built stuff, and I still do that. I build things so that they're otherwise you're living your life for social media instead of living your life and being a creative, and that will make you burn out. So, but before we even think about like the marketing, first we got the year. Okay, I'm gonna set my goals for the year, reverse engineer it so I know what actions I need to take to set me up to accomplish those goals. And then how am I going to accomplish those goals? Now, before you think about marketing, oh, I want to grow my audience. I need to grow my fans. Before you think about marketing, the question is, what are you marketing? So that is about A&Ring. Who am I? And what am I about? What do I want to share in this world? What are my archetypes? Um, what if you're doing social media, someone had once said to me, don't start something you don't want to continue. Don't say yes to something that you don't want to do 50 more times. Um, which means if you do something on social media and there's a wow, we love it, dude, there's a big reaction and people love that you just did that. And then you go, oh my gosh, I have to keep doing that. I really didn't love it the first time. I don't want to keep doing that thing. So it's really important that the things you create are things that you enjoy doing, want to continue to do, really represent you. One artist I work with said, I really don't love social media. I just because I don't want to do it alone. So I was like, great. Well, and I came up with like 6 ideas, but like, why don't you come up with ideas of things you could do with your friends? If you like doing it with your friends and like, why don't you do things with your friends and then make that your social media, film it, create it. So you don't like doing it alone, come up with things that you could do with your friends. And then you will have fun doing it, right? Like I always say, traveling somewhere, if you're with good people, you could be anywhere. So, who are you as an artist? Burnout comes when you are doing things you don't like to do or doing things that don't feel aligned with your inner, like it will kill your soul and spirit if you are doing things that don't feel aligned to you. You're making music that doesn't feel like you lyrically or musically. You're going to be on stage singing these songs, and God willing, you are successful. You're going to sing them for 7 years straight, and then for your entire career, you're still going to be singing those hit songs. So you better like those songs. Okay? Really important. Really important. So get your heart centered. Get where you're creating things that feel like you. So to feel like you, you've got to ask yourself, well, what am I here for? Like, what do I want to do here? What do I want to say? What do I want to say to my audience? How do I want to say it? And that comes with playing out live. You've got to perform live. And I don't just mean in front of this camera, because this camera, I appreciate your comments because I like having a conversation. I like this interaction. Daughter of the water. Yes, doing things you don't want, it creates burnout. That being said, you got to clean your bathroom if you want to have a nice clean house. So what can I do to make this thing that I actually do need to do more enjoyable? Can you play music while you do it? Can you whatever that thing is, how can I do this with more joy and expansion? Because I do need to do it as an artist. I do need to do it as a human. So, and if you don't, delegate it. If you can delegate it, go ahead. If you have burnout, you might not have any drive or any desire for goals. Yes, that's very true. Claire Maloney music. So, in which case, you need rest and rehabilitation of your energy. And maybe you need to go be inspired and go look at artwork and go to concerts until you have the drive back. You need to increase your life force energy again because you've been drained out. So, there you go. Um, Sorry, I'm being interrupted again. Shell, can you please block John Pork Monday, who for some reason thinks that calling me a lesbian makes him a genius, and not needing my advice but showing up to listen to me is smart also. John, please go get some therapy. So back to burnout. Aligning with your integrity is key. Being connected to who you are, being seen for who you are, being putting out things that make you go, yes, I love this, and people are resonating with my truth. Your truth is really important. So when you're clear about who you are, the ideas will come more easily. The inspiration will be there because like your sources of inspiration, your resources become so clear when you know your archetype, right? When you know, like, I'll just name a few. I'm a rebel and a hero and a lover. There's three archetypes. When you know that, the ideas that will match those archetypes will come forward. And that's where mentorship can be helpful. That's where having a great group of artists that you can reflect and bounce ideas off of is helpful. That's where having someone in the music industry who has insights to share with you and who supports you is helpful. So when you are clear about yourself, the ideas will come. And then ideas that can align to partner, like, oh, I want to collaborate and partner with this person because I think that we are a great match. I'm this rebel and and they're this, and but we overlap here. It'd be fun to collaborate with them. And then when you can delegate, you can delegate. When you're like, hey, I'm going to bring some people on and they're really great at these things I don't love doing, but I have wisdom around, like I have experience, so no one's going to take me for a ride. I'm putting in the work for my own career. I do understand what it takes, but I can delegate because that's their favorite stuff, right? And it's not mine. So let's look at that. And what else would be next I want to tell you about? Oh, yes. So important. This live is all about artistic burnout and why you get it and how you can uh, reinvigorate after it and how you can avoid it. This is about artistic burnout. One thing that can really help you from burning out, we were talking about this as an artist, you compel your career forward. You are the engine of it. Have slow mornings and then go do the work. Maybe don't look at your phone for an hour. Do something to take care of yourself. Have a good breakfast. Get the sunlight. Like do a little life and living before you get to work. Slow mornings, then go do the work. Take breaks. Get your mind, get off of the computer, get off of this little screen that makes your nervous system go into fight or flight, and take a walk and do the work. And every week do something that has nothing to do with your career. Number one, you need to spend a few hours not thinking about yourself. Me, 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 me. It's exhausting. So go volunteer or take a class in something that's interesting but nothing to do with music. Do you play a sport or is there a dance you'd like to do? Go take a dance class. Go take a pottery class. Be terrible at it. Do something that has no stakes in your life, that you don't care about, that you don't care if you're good at it. In fact, be bad at it, because being a beginner, I should say, being a novice or a beginner at something helps relax your intensity at the thing that you are excelling at and want to be excellent at. You will be more excellent in your career if you remind yourself that you're a beginner and it's okay to make mistakes and stumble and just have fun and be silly. Bring that back to your work and spend a few hours being of service to someone else or just doing something. Like I cook and I cook for my family. I love horses. I absolutely love riding and being around horses. It's incredibly meditative because you need to be very present around a horse. So that same way you feel when you sing and you get lost or you're making music and the day went by and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for hours. It was so fun. That being so present in the moment for me happens also in the saddle experience, and I'm with an animal and I'm with we're building trust, and it's wonderful. That is a passion outside of music. Get involved in a passion outside of music. My friend Layla and I played tennis every Friday for 5 years, all through COVID. After, it's our hang time, we get to catch up and talk, and that hour every week was something that really fed my soul and I look forward to. Be with people, have community, get support. have people you can bounce ideas around, talk with, get out of your own way. These are all really important things to do. Mamas in music, I'm so glad. Yes, I'm so glad to share this with you and talk with you. Glad that it is useful for sure. So, doing something that isn't a part of your career and then go back and do the work. All of those things really matter. I know one thing that happens for me sometimes is, because just my own pattern of like, oh, I get stressed and I worry. Like I'm an entrepreneur. There is no net. I generate my own career, my own income, blah blah blah. I mean, I've been working since I'm 8 and I've been coaching for 34 years. But one thing that I know happens for me, and then it's important that I notice my own game, right? Like my own mental game, is when I get worried, which causes the stress, which can lead to the burnout, right? When I get worried, I realize, oh yeah, I'm noticing I'm focused on these things I'm stressed about, and I forget all the things I'm actually doing to take care of that problem or that concern, or just to move the needle. And so this is where gratitude in the morning and self-reflection and appreciation at the end of the day is helpful. I love my tasks on my computer because they're really long, but I also get to check mark done, done, done. My operations manager, we have a whole project and we don't erase it. We don't delete it. We check mark it's done. It's done. And it's very valuable for my mental game and for my soul to go, oh, we've look at all the things we've done. We're moving the needle. So when you are stressing, also look at like, okay, but wait, what's in action? What am I doing? What is moving the needle? Because that will also help you balance and recognize like, oh right, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and we're doing that and this happened. And so at the end of the day, making a list of about 10 things that you really appreciate that you did that day. And that could be I took a nap if I needed it, or I made a phone call, I asked for help, I made a boundary, it could be personal, it could be career. I finished the deck, I wrote a song, I reached out to these 3 people, I booked a trip to London with meetings, like whatever your things are. Because at the end of the day, when you recognize and acknowledge the work you're putting in, you breathe and you go, "Oh yeah, I did all that. Yeah, I did all that. Okay, okay, that feels good." And tomorrow I can start my morning slow and then do the work and put in the work. Tomorrow I can find out information. I can Google it. I can look at information that I need, um, that I don't have to help me move the needle. I can pick up the phone and ask for 15 minutes of somebody's time. Can I ask you some questions about this thing I'm working on? People really love to help, and people love to help people that are doing the work, that are putting the energy and the dedication into your own career. So when we see that, I'm like, yeah. When someone responds to me or like DMs me and their thing is like so broad, they're just like, I'm terrific and I just need help to succeed. I'm like, you actually don't know what you need, and you don't know what your next 5 steps are, because you're asking me to do like this big broad, I don't even know what you're asking me to do work. But when you're putting in the work, you say, hey, I'm working on this thing, but I'm hitting some roadblocks, I have some questions about XYZ. I know you've done the work, I know you've put the energy in, and oh my gosh, I would love to help give you a leg up to get you from here to here if I can. How can I support? Who can I maybe I can help you, or I can connect you with someone, because you're doing it, which is amazing. Really amazing. So 1 second. Anybody have any questions? I'm happy. I love a dialogue. I really love a dialogue. Let's see if I can check some stuff. So yeah, where I see, like I said, where I see the burnout come is no time off. Like I remember an artist who we were going into a songwriting session. We were doing a songwriting session. And they said to me, I've spent the last year writing every day in sessions for about a year, and I feel like I'm just doing Groundhog's Day because I keep doing sessions, and then I go and see my friends, and then we hang in, we do this, and then it's just the same day over and over again with pretty much a circle of people and then some new ones. And I said, well, let's write a song about that. Let's write a song about how tired of you are of being in this same circle and that you have nothing new to say. And I said, it sounds like you need a break and you need to go live some life and you need to just stop producing because you need some life lived and some inspiration from living and experiencing and getting some heartbreak and getting some joy and being inspired again. And they did that. They actually took a nice, like, I think it was a 3 month, they went on a trek. They really went, I think they went to Alaska, if I recall correctly. They went to Alaska and like, I'm like new scenery, new change. I'm like not doing anything I've been doing for the last year and I'm going to breathe. And sometimes we really need that. And remember, you take yourself with you. So if you are if you're going somewhere hoping to run away from your problems, that your problems are just going to come with you. But if you need a change, I got to get out of this pattern I'm in. I need some inspiration. And you can do it in small ways, which is why I say like a little bit every day, or maybe there's a day instead of producing something, it's the day that I need to go to the museum and see art that isn't music. I need to go be inspired. I need to go, and you can do that in short. I need 2 hours to go do that. I need a couple hours to regenerate today. I need to meditate. I need to close my eyes for a moment. You can do these in small amounts regularly because they add up. And then some days are like, there's a reason why Sunday is a day off. Like you actually need off. We don't have a lot of off anymore. And certainly not as a musician and an artist. Like with social media, like your life is on, but it doesn't have to be. We've got to tailor it a little bit. We've got to tailor it. So to avoid burnout, we've got to be curating our life and creating art that feels amazing to us and that is true to us. And you're cultivating a career you love and you're building music that you love and creating art that you love. Like that's first and foremost, knowing who you are so that what you're creating is you. And then finding a way to do it that feels somewhat effective and efficient and isn't, consuming all your time and consuming all your energy. And then taking time off. Excuse me. Taking time off. I did take a 20-minute nap. I made myself nap today. I have to learn to nap. I have to teach myself to nap because my days are very, very long. But part of the reason they're long is that at night, when I finish working at about midnight, sometimes I stay up till 2 a.m., even though I should go right to bed because I'm tired. I stay up to have quiet time and like decompress time and thoughts to myself time because that quiet time is really important for me. But I need to carve that time out during the day so that I can get a better night's sleep. And it's so basic and it's so true, y'all. Like I will burn out. Perimenopause, the anxiety and panic for so many months killed your creativity. I can believe that. Oh my gosh, perimenopause is chaos. It's so chaotic, and we don't know enough about it or how to. I don't want to say to manage it, but how to respond to it in a way that helps us stay more in balance. There's just really, literally not enough information for us, and it's a huge life change that 50% of the population goes through. So go figure. But there are groups now and there are books now and there's a lot more information. But yeah, I could see that. And again, that's part of life too, is knowing that there are cycles. I was just working with an artist before this live who's on tour, been on tour for about a year and is going through till November. And we talked about that there's cycles to things, like they wrote everything for a record, then made the record. Now they're touring the record. And when they're touring, they're not going to be in a heavy cycle of writing because they're in the output of touring. And when that's finished, then the marinating and the cycle of writing will come up. So we also need to be aware that some things are seasonal and you need to know what season or stage you're in. Are you in the Oh, the ideas are sinking in and marinating, and then when they start bubbling up, you go, oh, now it's time to write. Are you in that time and stage? Or, oh, I'm touring and I'm working these songs with the audience now, so I'm writing much less. Accepting and recognizing the season you're in is really important as well, because some of the burnout is just you're trying to swim upstream and you're just swimming against the season that you're in, or it's the moment and cycle you're in. What does Claire say? Artist, band leader, songwriter here. Burnout 18 months ago. You're limping along. Yes, you're trying to make ends meet and run a business. Yes. Capitalism is a cause of burnout. Like the fact that we need to struggle to pay rent, and that is it. Obviously it can be very motivating, but I think that if people's basic income was covered, we'd see a lot more creativity and genius. So again, I think you need to balance and find like, how can I do this in a healthy way? Um, Again, can those stepping away moments be small? Like, can it be a 20-minute walk that you can walk, breathe, get your mind to settle down, and then, oh, now I feel a little fresher to go back into my rhythm of work. It's meditation, 22 minutes twice a day, life changing. So I appreciate this conversation. I'm glad I spoke about burnout. Um, Going through a transformation. Yay for you. Um, find ways, and I think when you find something that works, it may also change. It might work for a certain amount of time, then you go, oh, this isn't working again. But continue to shift and find ways and adjust and pivot so that you can feel good in this process of creating a life that you love. Thanks for the conversation, you all. DM me, ask me questions. I'd love to hear topics that you'd like me to talk about or go over. And if you want to explore more with your voice, your style, your sound, or your brand, that's what I do. So check out my bio, my IG bio. Check out my website. I have online programs that you can buy and take, and it's the things I teach one-on-one with people. And of course, I have my 6-month artist development program to really deep dive into who you are. So everything you create, you're thrilled with. And it really resonates, and you build a bigger audience because of it, because we all love the authentic truth of you. Thank you all. Claire, you're very welcome. I will see you next week.